What's going on, guys? I am back with another reaction video. This time I'm gonna react to 1000 players build massive civilization in Minecraft. So I happened to find on my personal YouTube account, I happened to find this one right here by the guy Ish, and I just watched it. I thought it was just fascinating and had some time to kill, and I thought it was awesome. Like, I know nothing about Minecraft at all, so other than it's just one of those games that seems like people will just keep playing it forever because you can do anything. So I thought it was awesome, like the storylines they played out, and it's a social experiment. So whenever you hear about these social experiments, at least for me, I always cringe because I just remember all those fake like YouTube prank whatever social experiment things, or like the one that always, I don't know why I think about this one, is like the guy will be sitting and then like he's kind of like mid or average or whatever, and then he'll see like a hot girl walk by and he tries to like talk to her and get her number. She says no, then he stands up and walks to like his Ferrari, and I'm like, man, what are we doing here? And then all of a sudden she turns around, she's like, wait, let's talk. And when I'm like, realistically in my mind, I'd be like, you could just fucking rent that car, right? So I think the thing that I really respect about these videos is like, I can only imagine how long this takes to coordinate, make sure you got the right server, because I think you have to pay for your own server, right? And then you have to make sure it's strong. If you're about to have 1,000 people from all over the world in a Minecraft server, I can only imagine, all the logistics that took place. And the thing that I've noticed is, I noticed that, he got other big Minecraft YouTubers on. So I'm looking over here and he has like other people who've done it. So I really, after I watch this, because I haven't seen this yet, I'm going to watch the crap out of all these other ones. Like, ooh, and I started watching this one because I didn't know if I wanted to stream this one about them simulating a prison, but I haven't watched enough for me to have like a thing on it. So maybe if you guys are interested, or if you guys have other Minecraft videos you guys want to send me, go ahead and send them to me, because I am in a Minecraft mode right now, and I'm just watching the crap out of other Minecraft things, like watch people build a Death Star, or like what do you call it, the White House. Or another thing I've been watching is like this one, because all these AI president videos, right, and where they make tier list stuff. There's this guy, I think it's called President's Play or something like that, where he has Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Trump. They have a Minecraft server and they just getting up to shenanigans. I think at one point they invite like George W. Bush is on there, and Bill Clinton is on there, and then they just end up blowing up the server and things like that. So he finally like had other people like help him out, because he was doing it all by himself, whoever's running that channel. So he's had other people, and I thought that was fun. So now he's having like fans like play with him, then he makes content out of that. With his AI tool to like make, Obama, Trump, and whoever's voices. I think the last episode he had was like Michelle Obama was in there, Hillary Clinton was in there, and George W. Bush's dad was in there. So it's very interesting. I really like it. It's one of those, I'm like, he could keep doing this forever if he wants to, because it's fun. It's just like, oh wait, a new fucking video just dropped, let me stop what I'm doing and watch this for 20 minutes. I know I'm about to have a good time. But it's fun. But so enough time wasting. Let's go into this. I'm very excited to see, because the 200 run was interesting. I can only imagine how much the 1000 player one is. I got my water. I just had a Corona for some reason. I'm having a good time. And then after this, I'm going to go make breakfast. So let's do it.
In the biggest social experiments ever done in Minecraft, I scattered 1,000 people across 4 massive islands to simulate a realistic civilization. The players were given no...
Let me pause a second. What kind of internet does like he have to make this possibly run correctly, right? Maybe that's why I'm thinking about this so much. Like, how much logistics like did he have to do before all this? So.
Help or guidance, and just like in real life, if you die, you remain dead forever.
No, bro, if you die on the first day,
I'm
gonna be pissed.
If gather resources, join a society, become a dictator, or if it comes down to it, go to war. With so many people on each island, anything can happen. But I can promise you one thing. This event ended up having the most entertaining story arc I've ever seen.
This looks impressive.
You do not want to miss this. So pick a nation to root for and enjoy the video. I present to you the 1,000 player civilization experiment.
All right, I'm gonna...
Don't forget, if you want to...
I'm going to pause again. So if I want to go back a bit because he wanted... Actually, you know what? Maybe he'll pull up the map again.
In these videos, join my Discord server, and of course, subscribe to my channel.
That's how you do it.
All right, everyone ready to be teleported? Jump if you're ready.
What the hell?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so I wanted to say this. So, it looked like from the map there was a snow place, which they're in now. There's and then there's two like plains or jungle places, and then there's a desert place. Aren't the people in the snow place and the desert place like an extreme advantage? Because I had to do a little bit of research into hardcore Minecraft after watching the 200 player one, where like, you know, your character gets thirsty and all that. I'm like, and you could freeze to death, you could burn it. I'm like, yo, if I'm in the snow place, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, yo, why did I get put here? You have to like fight for your life, right?
Oh, I'm in.
On day one, all 1,000 players were teleported to their islands, each its own biome. We had plains, desert, snow, and jungle.
Hold on. If I'm in the snow, for real, if I'm in the snow, I'm pissed off. For real.
Huge.
Most players spent the first day scouting their island, searching for a place to settle, but almost immediately we started to see people dying, and oddly, they were all coming from the snow island. It turned out people were freezing to death after getting stuck in powdered snow, which looks exactly like regular snow, but sucks you in like quicksand.
Oh, no way.
Oh no. Even worse for the poor people on the snow island, trees were almost nowhere to be seen. The desert island also had very few trees, which players needed if they wanted to get wood. But the places where players did find trees quickly became extremely valuable hotspots for groups to settle at and colonize. Look at all these people coming together. Community crafting. They're making progress. Meanwhile, the people on the jungle island had essentially unlimited trees and were thus already thinking about other things. What did you say your plan was?
I'm gonna take over the world.
Okay.
This is my right-hand man.
Darbo. Hello, right-hand man Darbo.
Don't talk to him. He doesn't speak.
While having a
Should we be worried about that guy? Is that guy gonna mess around and take over the world?
lot of trees did seem like an advantage at first, many jungle people found the island to be difficult to traverse, given the immense amount of trees and the hostile mobs that would spawn on the surface due to lack of sunlight.
Oh, I know about that.
The fear of traveling also made it
know
more
about the
difficult
creeper.
for jungle people to talk with each other, since players could only read chat messages from people 100 blocks away from them or less. Although frankly, at least they didn't have to see what me and the admins were looking at.
Oh,
Lastly, we get to the Plains Island, and boy was it different from the others.
oh, the plains are chilling, bro. What is
Truly
this?
was just the perfect island to live on, with green grass, trees.
The plains are gonna win in the
animals,
end, aren't
and
they?
No natural
The plains are gonna win.
dangers. This guy's making a little animal family. Or farm. Not needing to worry about dying as much as everyone else, the people on the Plains Island were among the first to start mining for resources like iron or diamonds. They were also the first to build up villages and, yes, to create civilizations. Throughout the first day, you could see two main groups starting to come together. One of them a democracy led by a player named Horace Crown.
Our aim is building the most beautiful and nicest city on the entire server.
And the second, also a democracy led by a player named Sidefall.
I just want to make sure nobody dies.
It was actually kind of
That's
odd how similar
kinda
these
nice.
two civilizations were. They were both located on the southern shore, they both had democratic elections, and their leaders both wanted good for their own people. I just hope nothing happens to change that.
I'm gonna make an Among Us character.
Never mind, I hope they die. Soon it was the
Hold
end
on,
of
so,
day one.
question.
Players across all 4 islands logged on.
Question, real quick. How do they decide who leads? Is that all like done beforehand, or do they like? I maybe it would have been nice to see the democratic elections to see who wins, like, because that would have been interesting to see.
Off and made plans for the following day.
Oh my god. Oh, 63
It was
people
on
died.
day 2 when
the
civilizations
thing was
really
getting
began to
crazy.
thrive. In the southeast corner of the desert, what used to be an empty patch of grass was turning into the desert's largest nation. Hello, good sir.
Yo, what's up, Ish?
I remember this
Fun
guy
is
from the
back.
200
You might
one.
recognize
Yeah.
the player storming hell from my first civilization video where he led a
Yeah.
nation called the Sultanate. Well, now the desert dictator is back with the Sultanate 2.0, and this time with a population of over 100 people.
I want to maintain order and peace in the desert.
The rules, as established by the Sultan, included wear proper attire, do not eat pork, complete your mandatory work, and most importantly, acknowledge the Sultan as the supreme and divinely chosen leader. Moving on, since it was still hard to get food in a dry climate, the people of the Sultanate focused on developing different types of food production, like fishing in the surrounding ocean. On top of this, a player named Drip Chicken made a chicken market, although when I checked it out myself, it turned out to be a very different type of market.
Welcome to Los Pollos Hermanos.
Thank you.
Would you like some totally legal sugar?
Anyway, we finally go back to the snow island. As I was flying around,
Okay, pause. Question. Is it weird that if I was in this, I wouldn't want to be a part of any civilization, right? I just maybe find like my own secluded spot somewhere and just fish and watch everything happen. I'd be way too scared because my butt would forget to be like, if I'm in Storming Fell's place, I just forget to like acknowledge him because I'm like, I got things to do, you know? Wow.
I found what I can only describe as a British shrimp. Is the cold climate really the best place for a shrimp?
I mean, depends. Look at my little friend over here, you know?
Wait, who's your friend? Underneath?
Yeah, he's fully here. He's literally...
Oh,
he's chilling.
oh, he's up here now.
No, my fish buddy. Please go back down.
Despite the
It's
killer
so weird
powdered
that
snow
everything's
and the occasional
blocky.
polar bear, the people on the snow island were actually doing pretty well building settlements together. Nobody was fighting because everyone had one common enemy, the harsh climate. That being said, it turned out that all of these snow settlements might be a bit more than just little communities. On day 2, rumor was getting out about a conspiracy that, despite them all being spread out across the entire island, a lot of these snow settlements were actually all being run by one single person whose goal was to unify the entire snow island under one mighty empire. This person's name was Alanulo,
I
and
remember
he
this
was
guy
running this
too,
entire
right? I think he was in the
empire
200 player
recruitment
one too.
operation from an underground bunker where he felt he was safe for the time being. Essentially what he would do was hold meetings with people who were already leaders of their own settlements and convince them to merge their civilizations with his empire so they would...
Why hide yourself? You can just work like just work among the people. Just nobody knows who's in charge, right? I don't like the fact that he hid himself. There's only so much you can see, and you're just trusting the word of your I guess your top people on what's going on out there. Like I would pretend to be like a regular person and just do my own thing, but secretly I'm running the whole freaking island.
Would be stronger together. He would give these leaders orders to fulfill, and in exchange, they would be guaranteed high-ranking positions in the empire. If this empire actually succeeds in uniting all 300 people on the Snow Island, it would easily become the most powerful
It's definitely
nation
a massive
in the world.
endeavor,
In fact,
and
would be bigger
I
than
guess
the
it is pretty
Sultanate
smart to
and
try
the
and like
two
unite
plains
because
democracies
everybody
combined.
else.
Will this ambitious plan actually succeed?
Because I think everybody else has way more advantages starting out than the snow people. So you're like, look, let's combine because we have to fight the weather, like Ish mentioned earlier in the video. And we combine together, we are immediately the strongest. And maybe if they were like, you know what, fuck it, let's go to the plains. We need more land, so they could invade the plains if they do that 300. But the only problem is you'd basically unite the server against you, and you're outnumbered. So if you're gonna, I guess if Elanulo, I believe that's his name, if you're gonna make a move like that, I bet he'd probably like, maybe I'd go to the desert since that's maybe the second strongest, and be like, hey, Stormingfell, you want an alliance? And then maybe Stormingfell could hold off the jungle while you take care of the plains. Who knows? I'm just spitballing here. I mean, it's only been 2 days.
Let's see what happens in the following
And these are real life
days.
days, right? If I remember correctly, these are real life days. But that looks incredible. Then they cover it and walk away and you never know. Smart. Okay, so 27 people lost their life?
We've now covered the politics of every island except for the jungle. So what's going on here? Well, quite frankly, I had no freaking idea. It was chaos. There were about 30 different camps and tribes spread out across the entire island.
Oh,
and
okay.
a lot of them were in constant fights with each other. Oh, who are the... What is going on?
Okay,
There's
so
a
the
fight
jungle's
here.
in
Here's a
chaos,
tribe that
then you don't have to worry
imprisoned
about
their own
them.
members
But there's...
for being, quote, too rich.
I say we tax him and then let him out of jail.
Damn boots, take your shoes.
So overall, there was chaos. Nobody trusted one another, and to add to this, nobody wanted to travel too far into the jungle.
Hold on. Why did they? They said he was too rich. What about him was too rich? Is it like his armor, maybe? Because I believe that's diamond armor, right? Yeah, he got diamond armor compared to everybody else. So everybody just hating because he knew how to. He got diamond armor for everybody else.
And then let him out of jail.
Damn boots, take your shoes.
Nah,
So
bruh.
overall, there was chaos. Nobody trusted one another, and to add to this, nobody wanted to travel too far into the jungle because they were scared of rogue tribes and especially hostile mobs. In fact, we actually had to remove creepers on day 3 because they were killing too many people.
Whoever asks.
Oh my
Now,
god.
there were actually 2
Are you
tribes
kidding
that were
me?
considered the most influential in the jungle. The first, a river-based settlement called the Sea People, whose leader was killed almost immediately by a random rogue tribe. The new leader,
Whoa.
Yeatspeak, dedicated his rule to maintaining order, but also to keeping his people happy by setting up events like stand-up comedy nights.
I got a few jokes about unemployed people. Oh wait, none of them work.
Oh no. Okay, I'll try to. I got something going.
Second
to block
influential
all the
tribe was
ads,
located in
but
the dead center
there you go,
of the
Burger
jungle,
King. There's your
and it was
announcement.
what appeared to be a faction revolving around the worship of a player named Seth. Hello, Mr. Seth.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Oh, this is just creepy. You're telling me this isn't a personality cult?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. It's a way of life, all right? It's a religion.
Lastly, as I was flying around, I happened to run into this guy again.
I'm gonna take over the world.
Believe it or not, he had actually become the leader of a pretty impressive settlement.
That's how it
Granted,
starts.
There was a lot of internal drama in his tribe.
That's how it starts.
really cool tower thing that we're building here?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. It's really cool, isn't it? And do you see our farm over there? It looks really cool and nice. Now come over here. Could you tell us what this is?
In short, 2 of Wazik's tribe members built a librarian's tower, and he thought it was ugly and wanted to burn it down. Now, when I talked to the librarians, they said Wazik just doesn't like the library because he's illiterate. As I said, drama. Now, the
From the top
jungle
rope.
wasn't the only place having problems. The Plains Island was seeing both a surge in development, this whole place is awesome, but also a rise in tension. The leader of one of the Plains democracies, Horace Crown, had found out that the other Plains nation, run by Sidefall, had reached out to the Snow Island looking for potential alliances.
That's how it
Horace Crown
begins.
did not like that Sidefall was reaching out to other islands instead of reaching out to him, so he quickly established his own alliance with 2 other Plains settlements, both located on the east side of the island, which would essentially cut off Sidefall's access to most of Plains if a war were to break out.
We think Sidefall is definitely up to something, and we're planning to stop him.
The people living on the Plains Island, who had otherwise taken their peaceful lives for granted, were getting very worried about a potential massive war that would devastate their homes.
Here in KFC, we want family, not war.
Meanwhile, on the desert island, the Sultan storming hell was not happy when he discovered that a group of mountaineers had made their home on the mountains surrounding the Sultanate. So the 2 groups had a meeting to discuss this dispute over land.
Why does the Sultanate have any more right to a plot of land?
Simply, might makes right. We're stronger, so if it comes down to it, may the stronger group win.
People in the desert were starting to get worried about Storming Hell's tyrannical nature, so some of them moved to a quickly growing democratic nation on the other side of the island. This was Theria, the name derived from the Greek word for freedom. I asked their elected president, Saps, about the Sultanate.
hopefully we can establish some peaceful relations for now. I mean, we're in the middle of a desert fight,
bathhouse.
you know?
Overall, each island had its own conflict between the desert's Sultan dominance, the plains' alliance disaster, the jungle's total chaos, and the Snow Empire's takeover.
It seems like you don't have to worry about the jungle for a while,
was
right?
bound to erupt very soon.
Lanula just over there looking
And that conflict
strong.
was plains. At the beginning of day 4, a propagandist told everyone that Sidefall was about to attack the Plains Island. Horus Crown called a code red, and everyone on Plains was freaking out, including these guys at the center of the Plains Island who built a tavern on a lake. I spoke with the bartender.
Welcome to the tavern. I hope you can enjoy a nice beer, since it might be our last.
So at this point, you're probably wondering, what was Sidefall actually doing? Well, it turns out Sidefall was just as confused as everyone else, since he had no plans to attack anyone. The propagandist had lied.
Oh, wait a minute. So where's this guy from?
I don't want a civil war.
You were framed. I can't believe it. So now, both sides were
Did another
gearing up
island
for a
send that
war
dude?
over nothing but a miscommunication. And all throughout, Sidefall was desperately trying to reach out to the other Plains leader, saying that he didn't want war. The other leaders doubted him, but they actually agreed to meet with him as long as they met on neutral ground.
The tavern area.
Whoever told you guys I want war is lying.
Tell us the truth then.
While they talked, Horus Crown secretly had undercover spies search Sidefall's entire village, but he wasn't aware Sidefall had someone else place a bunch of TNT under his village. But before things went too far,
folks, we have a peace deal.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
By the
So, question. So, you know what? He'll probably say, but I think maybe the Snow Place sent that dude over and had him like chill, because that's crazy to just lie about that just to start a war, and everybody just trying to chill on the Plains Island.
thinnest of margins, crisis was averted. After talking, the leaders had made a peace treaty. I actually didn't get to see much of the meeting, but here's essentially what happened. Sidefall first apologized to the other Plains leaders for not being open with them, specifically about his relationship with the Snow Island. He told them he had only reached out to Snow in hopes to get on the good side of a player named A Freakin' Turkey, who was apparently Alanulo's second in command. The Plains leaders discussed their disagreements on foreign relations, Horus Crown preferring keeping alliances within Plains, and Sidefall believing in making allies on other islands. But they were able to put their differences aside. They banished the propagandist from the Plains Island, and at the end, the four major Plains nations created a great
I'm surprised they didn't
Plains
kill him.
alliance.
Okay.
The Plains
So it all
Island
worked
went
out.
from being on the brink of war to being the most united island of all. And it wasn't just Plains. Toward the end of the day, all four islands were prospering. From the people on Snow collecting resources and building together, to the people in the desert working on the Sultan's build project, which was to create a massive holy city. Even the jungle was at peace at the end of day 4, since the remaining jungle people were just thankful that they were still alive. Soon though, it was the next day. But before we
So day 4 was crazy. So I'm surprised they didn't kill the what's his name, Trinktop, because he's the one who almost legitimately had a war on the Plains Island, and did they send him up top? Like, I wonder if we ever get to see more of him, because maybe I'm thinking too deeply about this, but maybe he was sent by somebody else. You get what I mean? Like, maybe if I was the Snow, I would be like, yo, send an agent over there. We're the strongest nation on the planet. We can afford to send one person to just start some stuff, and if something happens, something happens. But it's crazy. It completely backfired, and now if I'm the Snow people, I'm like, well, damn. When I think maybe conflict would have just arose by themselves. And also, if I can't be chilling, like build like my own little hut or something and fish, I think I would do what that bartender did, create like a neutral place where everybody can meet, and I'll be cool with that. I think that might be the move for me.
let people back onto the server, the admins and I decided to add a little something.
Ooh, another island, huh?
We added a 5th island in the center of the world, and we didn't tell the players that we did this. We wanted to see who would discover the island, how long it would take to find, and then what would happen next. So we started up the server, and the wait began. But meanwhile, we have to talk about the Snow Island. Hello, Turkey!
Hello-ish! How's it going?
On day 5, the player A Freakin' Turkey finally gave me a full explanation of the mysterious Snow Empire, which I found out was named the Aculon Empire.
That's it. I don't
Still
like the
fearing
name.
for his safety, the Empire's founder, Olanulo, gave orders entirely from his secret underground bunker, while his second-in-command, A Freakin' Turkey, carried out his orders and led the people on the ground. You guys have settlements across the entire island.
There is a lot. Just know none of it was made by slaves.
The Empire relied on strict order to
That's
maintain
a
peace.
random
It's
disclaimer
now
to have.
200 citizens were each assigned a daily job like building, mining, or fighting. And whenever they were online, all citizens were required to be in 2 Discord voice channels at once, which I didn't even know was possible. Also, the Aculon Empire made it a point to document everything, including its list of members, its hierarchies, its physical landmarks. But what I found most impressive was the high-level operation going on in this seemingly regular building.
That's impressive.
This singular building is the richest place in the entire server.
They called this the Quartermaster's House, and it was where the Aculon Empire not only collected and stored all its resources, but also distributed items using a complex request system, where, for example, a citizen asks for iron ingots, and then the Quartermasters decide exactly how much iron that citizen deserves, based on a detailed algorithm they developed. Has anyone tried breaking into this place?
Hold on. Doesn't that make the Quartermaster one of the most powerful people on the server if he's the one who gets to run the place? Like, I guess right under Elanulo and I guess A Freakin' Turkey, since he's number 2 in command. Because what if that dude's corrupt? And like he said, he just asked a question, what if somebody tries to break in?
Not yet. Let's just say, if you tried to get in without permission, you're not gonna get a very nice welcome.
And I kid you not, just a few minutes later, this player, Xelius, was caught trying to sneak his way in, and he was sentenced to a public execution to be held the next day. Things are kind of strict around here, huh?
Holy
As long
crap.
as they don't take away my squid, I'm a happy man.
Shout out to the squid dude. He
The
just
Snow
chilling.
Island continued to be hyper-vigilant about criminals, but so were other nations, like the Desert Sultanate, which made an inescapable prison. He is surrounded by lava. Or Wazak's nation in
Wait,
the
is he,
jungle,
like,
which
floating?
made a giant sand trap. Oh, this is evil.
Just you wait until we have a nice little deliberation with some
I'm gonna be put to death, you know. Like,
Whoa.
Even planes
I thought he was
didn't
taking
feel
over the
exactly
world.
safe, as this self-described capitalist nation made a giant wall to protect its people.
We want to make sure that communists cannot take this away from us.
But as I was talking to these
Donald
guys,
Trump
I
will be
got tipped
proud.
off from someone in the desert that something big was about to happen. The Sultanate army's on the move.
What's happening?
The Sultan had sent his elite squad on a secret nighttime mission. Their goal
Do they not have,
to
like,
find
giant
a group of
ships in
people that had been
Minecraft to,
rumored
like,
want to assassinate
have
the
people go
Sultan.
instead of, like, the
They're
little
at the north
robos?
side of the island now.
Oh yeah, okay, this is our target,
Okay, let's go.
Holy
According
crap.
to the Sultan, the people hiding in this little settlement were indeed the attempted assassins, and now the group had a decision to make.
Oh, we're gonna kill this guy.
Do we kill this guy?
Up until now, there hadn't been any violence between desert nations. Will this be the breaking point?
Yup. Oh.
We are showing the desert that if you make plans to kill me, justice will come for you.
The Sultan's elite squad spent the rest of the night raiding the settlement, but during their chase of another suspected assassin, they ran, literally, into a major dilemma.
We know he's running to Theria.
The guy they were trying to kill was running toward the democratic nation of Theria to get asylum there. The Sultanate is really about to roll up on Theria. Holy, this could cause a major conflict. But the Sultanate's army didn't care. They barged into Theria and searched every single house to find this one person, who ultimately ended up getting away. Meanwhile, the people of Theria were freaked out by the raid, but when they looked to their leader Saps for guidance, he was nowhere to be seen. He had fled. Eventually, the Sultanate's army left, but Theria was not going to forget this.
Yo, no. First of all, where the hell was Saps at? Like, they're looking for him, and when the chips are all actually on the table, pushed into the middle, you're nowhere to be found. Oh, that's a bad look right there. And that was only day 5. Wonder how long this is gonna go. Oh, it's time for his execution.
By attempting to blow up the quartermaster's house, Zelius betrayed.
Wait, he was attempting to blow up the house? That would have destroyed everything. Ain't no way. I thought he was just trying to sneak in there and get some stuff. Ain't no way. How'd they even find him anyway? He was underneath the thing. Do they just have random people just checking underneath?
Our people, and for this, he must die. Glory to Aculon.
Wow.
It was a busy day for a freaking turkey. The execution was successful, but the Empire didn't yet have a written constitution or a justice system. So a freaking turkey met with a player who claimed to be a lawyer to set up a legal system.
You get the smaller seat, unfortunately, but do know it is quite important as well.
I'm used to cramming into tight spaces.
Afterward, a freaking turkey took his guard to Drew and confronted some farmers who he claimed weren't producing enough food for the Empire.
I swear I will not miss any payment I have to owe you.
Drew, the bow, please.
Whoa, whoa.
I expect 5 stacks of bread delivered within 1 to 2 business days.
Even though he was a little tyrannical at times, a freaking turkey was actually becoming very well liked in the Aculon Empire.
Okay, so it looks like our boy he's the public face for Elanulo, and he don't play around. Hey man, you give me my stacks of bread. And when he says 1 to 2 business days, does he say 1 to 2 business days in Minecraft or in real life? Because my guy could just be chilling for 2 days. And he's like, pull the bow out. Plus he had like 4 dudes behind him just in case something else popped off. But this could also cause some problems. Since he's the public face, maybe people are like, oh, he's the guy that's running it. So maybe people are going to run to him, and then Elanulo might feel a little, what do you call it, self-conscious? Maybe a little paranoid?
Because he got things done, and he was a charismatic speaker.
Fellow citizens, it is my distinct honor to pronounce Steve and Pixel as husband and wife.
Hey, we got a freaking marriage? Hey!
See, even though he was only the second in command
oh,
of
hey,
the
yo!
Aculon Empire,
what was happening?
We're starting to view a freaking turkey as a better candidate for leader than Elanulo, since most people in the Empire had never even seen Elanulo, given that he's been hiding underground the entire time, afraid of being assassinated. In fact, some of his own citizens weren't even sure he existed. While Elanulo ruled from afar, only talking with high-ranking officials, a freaking turkey was considered a man of the people, someone who talks to everyone. In fact, a freaking turkey had gained so much notoriety that leaders of other nations were starting to reach out to him for alliances rather than to Elanulo. So as a result of all of this, Elanulo was starting to get a little worried.
Turkey knows that I created this empire and its entire political system, and as long as I am alive, I will be its only ruler.
It's all good. Just talk to him. This is exactly why I thought hiding himself was a problem. I think he should just been around the people, because he's only getting reports from his people, so people could screw Turkey. But everything I'm seeing, Turkey's loyal, man. He's loyal as hell. So I would have just been among the people like a regular villager and just pretended, but sure.
That's very funny.
Our monkey religion, we hold fast to
Hey, we're back
Here
in
on the Jungle Island, things haven't slowed down one bit. Amidst the chaos, this small group had made a monkey religion, and their goal was to build the biggest tree in the entire world.
We're so industrious. While everyone else is fighting and killing each other, we are peacefully building.
By now, every tribe in the jungle seemed to have its own goal. These guys, building a tree. This group, called the Blue Cross, provided food and shelter to refugees. Meanwhile, Wazak's goal, which was still to take over the world, was seemingly driving him mad, especially after the librarians built a second tower.
Wazak, you gotta show something. They're trolling you now.
Well, yeah.
Overall, it seemed like there was a lot on Wazak's mind, as if he was planning something big. Meanwhile, Seth and the Sea People were still the two biggest tribes in the jungle, and both pursued very innovative political strategies. For example, Seth got married, but only so he could parade around the jungle and demand wedding gifts from everyone. And you know what? It freaking worked. The Sea People, on the other hand, had taken on a massive goal, which was to finally end the chaos in the jungle. And they did this by sending out stealth groups and hunting down thieves, murderers, and anyone who they claimed did wrong. However, some of the supposed wrongdoers they killed were actually allies of Seth. In response, Seth demanded that the Sea People stop their initiative immediately, but the Sea People planned to continue. All of a sudden, the jungle island was on the verge of a massive war, as if there wasn't enough chaos already.
Yeah, because taking justice into your own hands always works, right? Oh, wait a minute. Is this guy about to... Oh, he found the island. Okay.
Is someone actually here?
I think so.
Whoa, this is crazy. This is awesome, man.
Get all the resources you can, bro.
On
We
day
tell
7,
anybody.
a player named the Pokemonkey discovered the secret 5th island. The island had a mysterious dead terrain, a small pre-built village in the center, and underground, it contained netherite, which is the strongest and rarest resource in the world.
Go, 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 man. Get all you can and get the hell out of there.
Pokemonkey was a part of Sidefall's nation in Plains, and he quickly alerted Sidefall about the very strange and unexpected discovery he just made. He's taking the blue lantern so people believe him. Guys, I'm not lying. There really is an island. 2 minutes later, another person found the center island. This time, someone from the jungle. Then, like a domino effect, more and more
Everybody
people
pulls up.
started arriving, typically either alone or in small groups, like these guys from the desert. Even though they all came from different islands and nations, nobody was fighting. In fact, they seemed to be forming friendships and simply admiring this new mysterious place.
I mean, they could realistically world war over this island since what he said, netherite, the strongest metal in the whole world, in all of Minecraft is there. So man, they could have been just destroying each other. But okay, look like this time they were lucky. They straight up took that Vinland Saga thing. I have no enemies, and they're just chilling.
And this is amazing. Quickly, word began spreading across the world that there was a 5th island, and about 30 minutes into day 7, basically everyone knew. It was crazy how fast everyone found out. Now, some nations were hesitant about visiting, believing that the island was some sort of trap, while other nations like the Aculon Empire sent out large exploratory groups to investigate the island.
You need
So
netherite.
Aculon
If
is
you
here,
go
but
in, if
instead
you
of
want to
mining
be
for
the
netherite,
strongest,
they're
you need the
taking
strongest metals,
wool
right?
from the tents. Oh, they don't have sheep in the snow island. That makes sense. Something I found interesting was that no nation, not even the Snow Empire, had the courage to publicly claim the center island as part of their nation, as their territory, probably because it would result in conflict with other nations, which was my secret intention when adding the island, that it would cause some type of war. But it didn't cause a war, or maybe just not yet.
Foreshadowing, huh?
Meanwhile, I
Wait a minute,
present to you the story of Los Pollos Hermanos.
Look at it, it's grown. Look at that.
Wow, you've really expanded your business.
Yeah,
we're doing quite well.
Because starvation was such a big problem in the desert, Drip Chicken had made it his life's mission to feed the people of the desert. And ever since I spoke with him on day 2 next to his little food stand, Los Pollos Hermanos had become a staple of the Sultanate. But this business would soon run into some problems. See, on days 4 and 5, the Sultan storming hell was unsatisfied with the slow progress on his build project, the Holy City. So he demanded that the farmers of the Sultanate stop growing food and instead work on his build project.
Why would you do that? Hold on. Why would you do that? You still need food, right? Bro, you gotta be patient. You asking for... Oh, never mind.
Just like that, the food supply going into Los Pollos Hermanos had completely stopped. The restaurant suddenly had no food available to sell. Having no food, Drip Chicken was instead forced to sell some questionable products, and if he was caught selling these products by either the Sultan or the Sultan's twin guards, he would probably receive a life sentence in the Sultanate prison.
Hold on, I've been looking at this.
Meanwhile,
I've been looking at this, right? I've been thinking about this ever since they showed it the first time. Let's go back and let's see.
Guards, he would probably receive a life sentence in the Sultanate.
Okay, so he's floating in this prison, like, so if he makes a move, he's dead, right? Because obviously he's gonna burn to death with the lava down there. And then they can release lava up here, I think, right? Oh my God, that's terrible. Is he standing on like a block or no? Because he is in danger. I wonder if they'll ever let him out.
Prison. Meanwhile, the farmers of the Sultanate were unhappy since they wanted to farm, not be forced to build. So in a rebellious move on day 5, Drip Chicken and the farmers secretly set up a meeting with Saps, the leader of Theria.
Oh, okay.
I know you want to move to Theria, but if you do, the Sultan will send his elite squad to hunt you down.
So, what do we do?
Go to plains or something. There's about to be chaos in the desert.
And Saps was correct. There was about to be chaos in the desert.
What are you
For
planning,
reasons
my
he
guy?
couldn't tell the farmers just yet, but he did tell me.
Farmers?
You know who Davert is?
Yeah, I think so. He's one of the twin guards, right?
He's about to leave the Sultanate and join me.
Really? The two people the Sultan trusts the most are his two twin guards, the brothers Davert and Zamta, but
that.
one of them had grown tired of the authoritarian and warmongering ways of the Sultan. So Davert had reached out to the leader of Theria, and together they created the single craziest plan I have ever heard, and this was it. First, Davert leaves the Sultanate to join Theria. Next, the Sultan finds out about the betrayal and sends his elite squad to kill Davert. Then, when the elite squad is away hunting for Davert, and the Sultan is therefore alone, Davert will sneak back into the Sultanate and kill the Sultan. Davert will then claim leadership over the Sultanate, and as the new leader, he will finally bring peace to the desert.
That seems very complicated. First of all, why would Stormingfell send his entire squad? You're hunting down one guy, right? I guess I understand that you're going to Theria. Just send most of them. Keep like maybe 5 dudes with you, right? You can jump. You can kill somebody with 5 dudes, right? I mean, it's crazy. It's a ridiculous ass plan. So many things just have to work. But I guess that's what happens when you're trying to assassinate a leader.
Davert, there is no way this works.
Brother, grow some chest hair. Trust me, you'll work, alright?
So, at the end of day 7, Davert snuck out of the Sultanate and headed to Theria to begin the operation, while Drip Chicken and the farmers fled to the Plains Island.
So the
On their
desert
way
lost
out,
all of its
some
food
of them
production.
took one final look back at their home, at
they
their
took the
restaurants,
chickens with them.
knowing that they would probably never see it again, knowing that.
But okay, if they're gonna go to Plains, we're about to have a capitalistic war on our hands because don't the Plains have KFC? Los Pollos Hermanos and KFC throwing down.
That the story of Los Pollos Hermanos had come to an end.
Pouring out for Los Pollos Hermanos, at least in the desert.
On day 8, there was a major event on the Snow Island. For the first time ever, Emperor Olanulo had come out from his underground bunker. He had summoned the entire Snow Island to the Aculon Castle so he could publicly be crowned as the leader. Before the coronation, all high-ranking officials were required to provide Olanulo a gift.
I present to you a high-quality pair of premium brand sneakers.
Thank you, Applewood.
I, Baron Saul Goodman, give you this present, Lord Olanulo. My presence is your present.
He's a lawyer,
gifts,
right?
Olanulo asked his second-in-command, A Freakin' Turkey, to make a speech affirming Olanulo's undisputed leadership.
That's a good move to let the people
My
know.
friends, the Aculon Empire is the strongest nation in the world. Not because of one leader, but because of all of us.
Oh, I wouldn't have said that.
Thank you, Turkey.
At the end of the ceremony, Olanilo asked all of his citizens to follow him out of the castle, down the main path of the Empire, in a symbolic move meant to showcase the unity of the Snow Island.
Okay. That's a nice move. I like that.
But this image of unity was only a mirage. There was a lot of discontent building within the Empire for many reasons. People didn't like that Olanilo's knights were constantly bossing them around, nor did the Aculon builders like it when Olanilo forced them to work on the Aculon castle instead of letting them finish their own projects. There was this general sense that Olanilo might be overreaching with his power, especially when he started spying on his own citizens to see who was criticizing his leadership. See, Olanilo believed that in order for his citizens to have a good life, they have to live in a strong nation, and the only way to maintain a strong nation was through complete unity under a powerful and unchallenged leader. This is why Olanilo was fearful about the discontent within his nation, as well as the rising popularity of his second-in-command, A Freakin' Turkey.
Okay, so here's my overall problem with this. Okay, obviously I'm not a political leader or anything like that, but I think if you're gonna be the silent leader from the shadows, basically the Eminence in Shadows, so to speak, blah blah blah. I should probably rewatch that anime again. It's so good. But if you're gonna do it, then commit. Then commit all the way, man. Like, if you're gonna be this secret person, then I would have. Well, obviously, me in the first place, I would have just been a regular villager or whatever, pretend to be a regular person, but I'm still the leader, right? And then, but if I'm gonna go the way Olanilo did it, I would never come out, never. I'd be like the whole time we're in the server, I'm not coming out unless I truly need to come out. So I would let everybody think A Freakin' Turkey's whatever, as long as you believe that A Freakin' Turkey is loyal. But what I would have done in my little underground bunker place, I would have definitely made an escape point, put some traps in there, and found a way that I could escape if something does happen. Let's just say A Freakin' Turkey does rebel, and I'm like, all right, boom, open the door, then take off, and then you start placing your traps and all that, and then you just go because it's not like A Freakin' Turkey's gonna send like 20 dudes after you, right? You still gotta do your own thing. Like, so even if he does send people after you, you should find a way to make sure that you escape. But that's what I would have done.
Knowing that they were being spied on, many of A Freakin' Turkey's supporters were becoming scared living on the Snow Island, afraid that they would be executed for not supporting Olanilo's leadership. So, with the help of A Freakin' Turkey, plus another high-ranking official, its Ender, some Aculon citizens organized secret evacuations out of the Snow Island through underground tunnels, some of which led to Seth's nation in the jungle, others going to Sidefall's nation in Plains.
Plains only
Both
getting
Seth and
stronger.
Sidefall were very open to accepting refugees, especially those who opposed Olanilo, someone who they believed to be a dangerous tyrant. Also, they had just found out that Olanilo had actually sent spies all across the world, including into their own nations, so they didn't like him very much.
We're not going
I'm
back
thinking it
until
was
there's some
Olanilo
form
who
of
sent that
democracy
dude
in
to
Snow.
start.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Meanwhile, in Plains,
But you just
Mr.
lost two
Turkey,
high-ranking
are you
of
starting
people.
a revolution?
No, I do not want a revolution. I just want to make sure Olanilo doesn't kill these people.
When are you going back to the Snow Island?
Probably tomorrow, because I'm gonna try and host a meeting with Olanilo. I just think he's gone too far.
So while A Freakin' Turkey stayed on the Plains Island for
A
the rest of
Freakin'
the
Turkey,
day,
I think-
Seth and
I don't think I would
Sidefall
go back.
created the first ever multi-island treaty. This treaty not only established Seth and Sidefall as allies, but it also declared their nations refugee states, ones that are willing to accept all people fleeing from dictatorial regimes like the Sultanates or the Aculon Empire. As for A Freakin' Turkey's position in the Aculon Empire, he was still technically the second in command, but it was only a matter of time before Olanilo finds out about the missing citizens, and then it's very likely that Turkey will be stripped of his position or be kicked out of the Snow Island entirely and become a refugee himself.
Why would Olanilo let him live? I still understand why they let that one guy from the plains live. Like, I'd kill him. I would absolutely kill a freaking Turk if I'm Elanulo. Like, or at least I'd imprison him. I'm not letting him leave the snow island if I'm Elanulo at this point. But he's made a few bad mistakes that I wouldn't have done, obviously. But it's easy to say that when you're just watching.
Yeah, I don't know if... Wait, is that a basketball court?
Yup.
On day 8,
let's
the
get
center
busy, baby.
island was getting a lot of visits from curious players, and instead of fighting each other, everyone was just kind of hanging out and doing their own thing.
Look at this.
What is the... Don't question me.
Don't question me.
Later that night, some adventurers started terraforming the dead terrain, making it green. This actually looks not bad. These guys, meanwhile, made a secret underground church, and they hosted many ceremonies and cultural events. What type of ritual is this? Now, I actually attended 2 churches on day 8, the second one inside Falls Nation, although I was very disturbed by the person sitting next to me.
After a near-death experience,
Hey, yo, what are we doing?
to feel more sacred, only to impart the wonders they hold. I cannot say what they are, however, right way to lead this world.
Whoa, what did I do?
They're taking him away. Oh no. Later that night, the Plains Island received an unexpected
Straight
visit
narked on him and
from
took
the
him out. What's
Aculon
up with his
Empire's
face?
state-sponsored journalist. I'm with the news. Down with the news. Go away, tabloids. Go away. No false news today. They're kicking out the journalists.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, I ran into these Plains farmers who literally did nothing but plant wheat everywhere. Oh my god.
Look at all this freaking wheat.
Now, right next to the wheat field was a cookie factory in Horus Crown's nation, which took the wheat and made a variety of baked goods. See, ever since the Great Plains Alliance was signed on day 4, the people of Plains believed their island to be, for the most part, a very safe place to live, and as a result, many players felt secure enough to run their own businesses. There was the bakery, an Outback Steakhouse, boating and kayaking, 2 KFCs, and there was the most recent edition, Los Pollos Hermanos. You made one in the Plains biome?
Yes. Expansion.
Claiming refugee status, Drip Chicken and the Sultanate farmers received citizenship inside Falls Nation, where they were able to rebuild their famous restaurant, and the people of Plains welcomed the refugees with open arms. The only person who wasn't happy was the owner of KFC, who now had competition. Anyway, when word got out in the desert that Drip Chicken and the farmers had fled the Sultanate, as did Davrit, many loyalists in the Sultanate were furious with these betrayals. While the Sultanate was still the second most powerful nation in the world, the first being Aculon, these betrayals of the Sultanate hurt the Sultan's public image,
he lost all
and
of
he
his,
feared being seen as weak by the world and by his own people. So predictably, the Sultan sent his elite squad out into the desert to try to find and kill both Davrit and Drip Chicken. But instead of staying home in the Sultanate, this time the Sultan traveled with his elite squad. This threw a wrench into Davrit's assassination plan, and Davrit had no choice but to keep hiding underground until he saw an opportunity to strike. Meanwhile, the leader of Theria, Saps, was extremely worried because he knew that the fate of his nation and his people rested on this assassination attempt. If it succeeds and the Sultan is killed, well, then all is well. But if it fails, it will only be a matter of time before the Sultan finds out that Saps was behind the plan, and then there is no doubt that the Sultan will seek revenge and absolutely obliterate Theria, killing not just Saps, but all his people who, by the way, were entirely innocent. Saps purposefully didn't tell any of
he didn't tell anybody.
He was involved in an assassination plot because they definitely wouldn't approve of something that puts them in such danger. All of this tension in the desert was really starting to get to some people, like this group, which made a giant lava wall around their civilization. They wanted nothing to do with the politics of the desert, and they were rather paranoid about everything.
The walls keep us safe. We can't leave the walls for long, because then we're not safe. Everyone inside the walls is safe, everyone outside is not safe. They're strangers, we shouldn't trust them. Oh, by the way, also don't push any buttons you find in here.
Okay. I actually think this group was more of a cult than a civilization, but still, I think they had the right idea. And now we go back to the Jungle War. I say war because both major nations had already basically decided that they cannot coexist in the jungle. Seth was mad at the Sea People for killing many of his allies, while the Sea People were mad because Seth wouldn't let them kill those who they believed to be criminals. Neither nation was willing to compromise on this, so war seemed inevitable. However, because Seth had also recently formed an alliance with Sidefall from Plains, a war between the two jungle nations would likely cause Sidefall, as well as the rest of the Plains Island, to join the battle, thus turning this into an actual world war. So, given that the stakes were so much higher now, both sides agreed to have one final meeting to maybe work things out. It was Wazak who quickly offered his nation as a good neutral location for the meeting.
This is where he makes his play,
He was quite enthusiastic about hosting.
Yeah.
On day 8, Seth and the Sea People sent their highest-ranking officials to Wazak's nation, where the meeting would take place.
Alright, Seth. You're up first.
I think the Sea People are killing people for a lot of irrational reasons. So, you know, as an example, right? They had 5 stacks of cookies taken from them. That takes like 3 minutes to get, bro. And he's like, I don't think you should murder someone over there.
We requested he give it back, and he basically said no, so he was put on KOS and we killed him.
So that was exactly what Seth just said.
Let me add some context.
Soon, the argument began to escalate.
And the people you attacked
killing some good over some cookies sounds
I'm
crazy.
sorry, but what other ways do we have to stop the chaos in the jungle?
They stole. They didn't deserve to be killed over it.
Do you really want to go to war over this?
Well, if you keep killing our people, then we won't just stand by and watch.
Alright, fine. The Sea People declare war.
Alright, let's do it.
But before our fight could begin, Wazak yelled,
Double, no!
What? Oh, no! 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 Oh, that's I told you he's making his play. I freaking told you. I freaking told you this is when he's making his play. But the problem is, Seth wasn't at there, right? He wasn't there. And so that means the leader of the other place wasn't there. But that's a lot of people who died, especially a lot of high-ranking people, if you're talking in terms of their organizations.
Go, 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 go!
He's running away?
Had just killed 7 people using his sand trap before getting away. Seth and the Sea People decided to put their war on hold and declared a unified worldwide manhunt for Wazak. Everyone was confused about why Wazak did this, but then I remembered something Wazak had told me the day before.
Listen, if the war breaks out, I have a plan to stop it.
Really?
Oh, you'll see, my friend.
When Seth and the Sea People declared war on each other, Wazak decided to use his sand trap and make himself the villain, so that the entire jungle would make peace to unite against him, therefore actually preventing a world war.
Wow.
Wazak is now hiding underground.
Big boy played by Wazak.
After spending most of the previous day trying to hunt down his enemies, the Sultan storming Hell decided to take a break from the hunt and attend a wedding hosted by a small neighboring desert nation. It was a huge honor in the desert for the Sultan to visit your civilization, so there was a lot of buzz surrounding the Sultan's visit, and everyone in the desert knew he would be there.
Everyone?
Zamta the twin guard was also at the wedding, and he was quite thankful for the break since he secretly despised having to hunt for his own brother. When the Sultan demanded that Davert be tracked down and killed, Zamta was horrified by this order, but he kept silent, fearing that he'd be next. Zamta could only hope that Davert was far away now, hiding in a place where the Sultan would never find him. But it turned out Davert was not far away at all, because he was on a mission.
Oh, he's going for it.
He's actually here.
Dig, my boy, dig! I want to see if he can actually do it.
Davert was coming to kill the Sultan, but he had to be sneaky because the Sultan was guarded by his elite team. The plan was to catch him and his team off guard since it would only take a few hits to kill him. so nervous right now.
How close is he? Oh boy. Oh, he's getting really close.
The wedding's over. He's leaving. Oh, he's leaving.
No, he's so close. No way.
Oh,
he threw lava at him? Oh, come on.
Holy crap. Oh. He's hit him so many times.
Come on.
He's getting away.
No, they got him.
Big time. Oh.
They got him.
Oh.
He jumped over his brother.
Close. Oh, he
oh, Storm fell.
Holy crap. Everyone's here. This is
no.
insane.
Come on. Can you do it? Look at that one dude. They're just watching. No! He couldn't do it! No. Wait, what is he doing? What? Why did he take off all his stuff? What's happening right now? No, wait. Oh, because he didn't tell anybody. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh wait! I think I get it. Okay, I think I get it. Okay. So, since he didn't tell anybody, he doesn't want Stormingfell to know. So I guess he killed himself to save his nation, right? That's why he did it. Stormingfell. I thought he said only took like a few hits, man. That looked like that dude just kept taking hits. Plus, it was a Davro was getting attacked. Oh, the jump over his brother. That was excellently edited, by the way. But, oh, man, I thought he was going to do it, especially since he threw lava at him, right? Doesn't that do, like, burn damage? Wow. Pouring out. Hey, hold on. Pouring out for Davro, bro. I got pouring out for him. That was... I thought he was going to do it. That would have been interesting to see what happens.
It was way back home, I think. What is happening?
Damn, Zamta literally watched his brother die. Wait. Oh, Zamta turned! What? What is... Against Knob. Oh! Oh, no! No! What?
Oh boy.
What?
Angry
Go,
about the
Zamta,
death of his
go!
brother Davrit, Zamta betrayed and killed the Sultan storming hell
No.
in what he called an act of revenge. All of a sudden, within the span of a few minutes, storming hell, Saps, and Davrit were all dead. Both the Sultanate and Theria were without a leader, and the desert island was in a state of total confusion.
What?
Now, because the Sultanate didn't have a solid line of succession, there was a short power struggle that ended with the Sultanate getting completely dissolved. On day 9, the second most powerful nation in the world had fallen, and most of the Sultanate's citizens ended up fleeing. That being said, it wasn't totally the end. Some who were still loyal to the late Sultan decided to form their own militias, whose only goal was to track down Zamta and avenge the Sultan.
We are called by our divine leader to kill the dirty traitor. Mashallah.
Like, he's not still on the island, you don't think
Theria,
so, right?
on the other hand, didn't dissolve and instead elected a new leader, a player named Jophiel, who was well-liked and trusted in the community. Still, the people of Theria would continue to live in a state of fear, afraid they would be invaded by one of the new desert militias. Also, they would never find out why their founder Saps jumped off the Therian tower, which he did because of guilt. After he saw Davrit die, Saps believed that the Sultan would invade and destroy Theria, and he felt too ashamed knowing that he would be responsible. It was only thanks to Zamta that the invasion didn't happen. The death of the Sultan sent shockwaves.
I guess it would have been
throughout
weird
not
to
just the
say
desert,
because
but the whole
Raptor
world.
Zamta dies, not
Many
Zamta,
nations went on
Gavra dies,
lockdown,
Saps
including
dies.
the Akulon Empire. While they technically weren't allies, Emperor Olanilo had always admired Sultan Storminghel's strong authoritarian leadership. So after the lockdown, Olanilo sent his diplomats to the desert to offer support to the Sultanate militias. At the same time, on the Plains Island, Drip Chicken of Los Pollos Hermanos was watching the desert from afar, and he was worried about these rumored desert militias. Because Drip Chicken was from the desert, he was able to educate his customers in Plains about the politics of the desert, and after Saps' death, he encouraged Sidefall to send diplomats to Theria quickly, and Sidefall did just that. On day 9, Theria officially joined Seth and all the Plains nations in the refugee state contract, and what originally started as a simple refugee agreement between Seth and Sidefall had now turned into a worldwide alliance called the Alliance of Democratic Nations, or...
Hold on. So you're telling me Drip Chicken out here slanging chicken and like creating like damn near world peace? My goodness, Drip Chicken MVP right now.
But simply the Allies.
Oh boy, Elanilo. Oh boy, you better figure something out. You better call that Plains the other jungle place and get more allies, man. You're on your own now. You're isolated.
As the people of the Akulon Empire continued their daily routines, the highest-ranking officials of the Empire gathered to discuss the new existential dilemma they were now facing. The Akulon Empire had always been the most powerful nation in the world, and it still technically is, but when adding together the populations of all the states in the Democratic Nations Alliance, it is the allies that have more people overall. This made Akulon officials extremely worried. They saw this as the first legitimate threat to the regime. Olanilo agreed with this view, but at the moment, his attention was on another problem entirely, the problem known as A Freakin' Turkey. A Freakin' Turkey's rise to popularity had always bothered Olanilo, but now this conflict was at an absolute breaking point because yesterday, one of Olanilo's spies caught A Freakin' Turkey helping Snow citizens flee the Empire. Fleeing or defecting was strictly against Akulon law. Olanilo's spy also saw A Freakin' Turkey hanging out with not just Sidefall, but nearly all the major Plains leaders, which made Olanilo think, is A Freakin' Turkey planning something? Is he secretly working with the Allies? Is he about to orchestrate a full-scale revolution or an invasion of the Akulon Empire? These were all questions that Olanilo was wrestling with, and the more he thought about it, the more he convinced himself that A Freakin' Turkey was probably committing some sort of treason.
Yeah, A Freakin' Turkey, you can't go back. You can't go back. You're going to die.
A Freakin' Turkey had reached out to Olanilo for a meeting, and today Olanilo accepted this request, but with a few conditions. 1, this meeting takes place at the Akulon Castle.
Nope.
2, Turkey comes alone.
Nope.
And 3, the meeting takes place not today, but tomorrow.
No.
Because Olanilo needed some extra time for his builders to finish a certain project located on the top of the Akulon Castle. Nobody knew why or what the strange-looking tower was, but Olanilo insisted it be completed by the time Turkey shows up.
Tomorrow is certainly going to be interesting, so make sure everyone's ready.
Lastly, later in the day, Olanilo sent diplomats to establish alliances with both the desert militias and with the sea people in the jungle. Olanilo appreciated the sea people's value of order, and he promised that he will help them stop the chaos in the jungle and help them catch their #1 most wanted criminal, Wazuk. The sea people accepted this alliance, but they ended up not needing Akulon's help because late into day 9, Wazuk decided to turn himself in.
Why?
He's about to be executed. A guilty conscience, perhaps.
All right,
right, Wazuk, I understand you have a prepared statement. You may now read your final words.
Yes, thank you. Hello everyone, it's your old friend Wazok. In the beginning, I wanted to rule the world. But I've made some bad decisions. And now, it's my time to go.
You killed innocents. Stop making speech.
If there's one thing I've learned, is that time can never be your trusted friend.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's dead.
Long live the jungle.
Damn. They try to make me feel very sympathetic for this guy. Bro, they're
After
looting his
deciding
fucking
that being a
corpse.
criminal in hiding isn't how he wanted
You could have
to
just
live,
left the island.
Wazuk instead chose to face his inevitable death on his own terms, and by doing so, he gave the jungle one last moment of unity.
Anyone else jumping?
The conflict between the two major jungle tribes was still unresolved, especially now that they were in opposing alliances, but for this brief moment, there was peace in the jungle. Well, that was fun. Everyone's coming down the tree now. Most nations around the world took the end of day 9 to rest and reflect on how far they've come. For example, the jungle's Blue Cross tribe celebrated becoming international, with at least one charity location on each island.
Okay, look at this!
Meanwhile, in the desert, the two Sultanate militias held a funeral for the late Sultan, where they vowed to get revenge and chanted death to Theria, after which they proceeded to finish building the Sultan's holy city in his honor. Theria, on the other hand, expanded its reach into the arts and became the first civilization to develop music.
What? Wait. How does that work?
Oh.
Wait. So how do you do that?
Lastly, on the Plains Island, businesses were booming and civilizations were thriving. On day 9, the Plains Island had finished the construction of the ISH, the International State Highway, which made trade and transportation between the major Plains nations much faster. Overall, the building and architecture and player creativity in Plains was simply amazing. And
yeah, because you gave them the most advantageous start.
Stability of the Plains Island. Many in the desert and jungle and snow looked at Plains as the shining beacon that they can aspire to be like one day. As the end of the day approached, A Freak and Turkey returned to the Plains Tavern after spending the day traveling around the world, visiting civilizations in the jungle, the deserts, and of course the Plains Island. During many of his visits, he was very surprised when he found out that most people from these foreign nations not only knew about him, but admired him. This was because rumor had spread about his disobedience to Olanulo, and as a result, he had earned a worldwide reputation as the savior of refugees, the honorable rebel, the man who stood up to the emperor, and everywhere A Freak in Turkey went, he was welcomed with open arms. By the way, I think he would have been perfect for that.
Yeah, I heard there was a comedy show here. You should have called me over.
When it came to the Akulon Empire, the truth was, A Freak in Turkey had no intention of causing any type of uprising or
You can't go
revolution.
back though,
In
man.
fact,
You can't
he
go
was
back.
strictly against the idea, knowing just how devastating a major war would be. But he did want change in the Empire. During his prolonged stay in Plains, he had seen what freedom and democracy look like. He had come to regret his more tyrannical actions in the early days, and he now
cannot go
envisioned
back.
a reformed Akulon Empire. His new dream was to bring democracy to
He's gonna die.
bring freedom to the people of the Akulon Empire, and make the snow refugees feel safe to come back home.
I might just be overly optimistic, but I think we can achieve world peace.
No, you're going to die.
If a freaking Turkey is able to convince Alanilo to convert the empire from a tyrannical dictatorship into a free democracy, and then the Akulon Empire ends up joining the Allies, then world peace wouldn't just be a far-fetched idea for wishful thinkers. It would actually happen. With this massive goal in mind, a freaking Turkey prepared for tomorrow for his big meeting with Alanilo.
Just remember everything we talked about.
They're going to kill him. They're going to kill
Before
him.
a freaking Turkey took off for the Snow Island, he had met with the 4 major plains leaders one last time to tell them what he hopes to achieve in his upcoming talk with Alanilo.
And he's famous, right?
The Plains leaders were pessimistic. See, when they heard about Alanilo's strict conditions for the meeting to take place, they suspected that this was going to be the meeting where Alanilo removes Turkey from his second-in-command position, or worse, puts Turkey in Akulon's prison. Whatever happens today, the Plains leaders promised Turkey that he has the full support of the allied nations. Even if they can't attend the meeting, they will be watching and will do whatever they can to help him. There we go. Turkey is now back on the Snow Island. I think he's going to the meeting right away.
Why does it feels like we're watching like his last steps?
This is weird. Turkey's been at the castle for like a few minutes now, and Alanilo's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Oh, he's right here. He's on his way. Here we go. Everyone's here now. I think everyone's here now. Knights come to the castle. Wow, I think these are all the high-ranking officials of Akulon. They're all here.
Hear ye, hear ye. All barons, Duke Turkey, and fellow knights have now come together to speak with Emperor Alanilo. Alanilo, would you please start the conversation?
Wait. Turkey, hold up. So before we begin, sorry to interrupt. I have a special thing I want to do real quick.
Wait.
Here.
Drew, not yet. I want to do something first. Turkey, can you sit on the throne for a second?
Why?
Just do it.
Okay. What are we doing?
What is happening?
What is happening?
Can I trust you, Turkey?
Yes. Well, I mean, no, because he
Yeah.
left, but...
You like
What?
this, right? Sitting on the throne?
You put me on here. I
say
don't
no.
know what you're talking about.
Say no.
In front of all these people?
Oh my god. He's dead.
What are you getting on about?
I know that you've colluded with the Plains Alliance. And I know that you want to take over this nation. Take this throne for yourself.
Whoa. What?
There's nothing you can do at this point to convince me that you're not plotting a revolution against me. I caught you red-handed.
No! Alanilo! Yes, I've talked with Plains. I've also talked with Desert and Jungle. I am a diplomat. And I'll tell you this, all those people that I talked with will become our allies the moment we turn this place into an actual democracy.
Why are you secretly leading people off my island?
Because they thought you were going to kill them. And to be honest, so did I.
That's damning evidence right there.
So that's the point of this meeting. You want to get rid of me? You know what? How about I just leave, and you won't have to deal with me again? I'm just gonna go, okay?
Yeah, and then you'll come back with an army.
What?
I'm sorry, Turkey.
Oh! No. Turkey. No. His paranoia won out in the end. No. Oh my God, look at the chat.
Wow.
My beloved. Murder Turkey. Elangelo killed Turkey. Oh no. Oh no.
Wait,
are they killing his supporters?
They're killing Turkey's supporters.
No, oh, this was.
They're hunting
Oh
down
my
his supporters
God!
as well.
Get out!
This
no!
is crazy.
Get out
Like
of there,
that,
Ender!
There was a purge on the Snow Island, and many of Turkey's supporters were killed. The few who were able to escape immediately swam to the other islands to tell everyone exactly what happened.
You had to kill them
And all of the knights started executing Bernie, Ender, Turkey. They assassinated some of the most loved members of Akalon.
When African Turkey's death message appeared in chat, people around the world were outraged, and shortly after, the leaders of the allied nations started activating their militaries, putting them on standby.
Okay.
Turkey once visited Los Pollos Hermanos. I'm giving the army chicken for 50% off to make sure they're ready for battle.
Meanwhile, Elangelo got word that the allies were preparing their armies.
Pouring out to a freaking Turkey, please. Oh my gosh. He executed it. I mean, he got his main job done, but you can't let anybody get that. I get the death message, right? Letting people know, but you can't let anybody out. If you're going to do a purge, you cannot, because you can spin the story after that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Elangelo, you needed, oh my God.
So he declared a full lockdown, reached out to his own allies, and called them to the Akulon castle to be ready
we're about to have
in case
a
the
war.
allies declare war. And sure enough, when the Blaze leaders talked with Theria and Seth, the vote was unanimous. On day 10, the Alliance of Democratic Nations officially declared war on the Akulon Empire.
I just want to say I wish you luck and great success. Hopefully we all see some of you tomorrow to sign the constitution of the new Akulon Republic. The new Akulon Republic that we all dream about having. Thank you. Thank you all.
This isn't about us. This isn't about our lives.
I'm getting goosebumps. This epic music.
For Turkey and ridding the world of tyranny.
Justice for Turkey. Zopta's back. Zopta's back.
Island so they can attack the Snow Island.
Drip Chicken's there. That dude with all the bees.
Today, we fight for revenge.
Who the hell is this guy?
We fight for freedom.
We fight for Turkey. Kill them all. So I'm getting hyped right now. I'm sorry. Oh my God, look at him. Look at all the bees. Oh my God. Wait. I'm sorry for pausing it at this really strange, like this critical moment, but wasn't Elangelo building something in his base? Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't mess with the polar bear. Just keep going.
But little did the allies know, Elangelo had set a trap. The Akulon builders had taken inspiration from history and created what they called the Iron Torch, the most advanced defensive tower in the world, complete with dangerous height, sturdy walls, arrow slits, and lava cover. This is crazy.
What? How long did that take to build? And they have everybody up there?
They're here.
Oh, here we go. Charge for Turkey, for freedom. Oh my God, kill them all. So they're gonna hold the gate. Oh my God. So they're gonna hold the gate, and then when they lose the gate, they're gonna run into the Iron Torch.
Never be your trusted friend or your sworn ally. No, it's the harshest mistress of all.
Look at all those people. Why are they all in there?
It's just a chain.
There's too many people up there. There's okay. All right. So I would have done. Is it? I don't know. What's the right word to say? I would have done a layered defense. Like you hold as long as you can there. There's too many people in the Iron Torch right now for it to be used effectively, I feel, in my opinion, because there's a point where they're trying to get to the gates and you're not there, right? And then you gradually fall back, and then eventually the Iron Torch. I feel like the Iron Torch is gonna kill a lot of people, but you gradually fall back because you need to take. Basically, what was it? I think from Dragon Age from Dragon Age Inquisition, Cullen says this. I don't know, at this point, we might as well make them work for it. Like, so because you're already outnumbered, so you need to make them pay for it with every inch. You don't need to outright win as a defender. Sometimes you just need to outlast them. So if you're sitting there, I think they're like, 230? The other place had 340. If you get them down to 250, they're like, this isn't enough. This is enough, because especially if you start losing like leaders, because all the leaders are there, right? Or at least most of them should be there, right? So, I mean, Zomta's back too, so you could also get a measure of revenge for Storming Fell, or is it Storming Hell?
1,000 hellos and goodbyes.
Because what's stopping them from just knocking down the Iron Torch?
Like ours can lead out its call.
Oh, here we go. They're breaking through the gate. Oh! Ooh. Did they try to hold a little bit? Oh no! Oh! Okay, they're climbing the tower. Oh, there goes lava getting poured. Oh, skewered by falling stalactite. Oh, yes, stalactite. Oh, Zamta! No! The guy who legitimately changed the whole game. Oh, built a tree, and they climbed the tree.
They're dropping lava on them.
I would love to see this in actual time. Oh my god. Climb! The perfect song for this too. I have literal goosebumps right now. Oh no!
They're right below.
Oh, okay. Oh, TNT? So they built another tower. Oh, there goes Elangulo. And he's just looking down like, fuck. And he burns to death and dies.
Wait, Elangulo died?
What?
Elangulo died! Yes!
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Soon after Elangulo died, the Aculon Empire officially surrendered.
Wait, Aculon's officials say they surrendered? Still kill them.
But even though Aculon surrendered, the Allies didn't stop fighting. No mercy, no mercy. They're all saying no mercy.
You didn't give Turkey mercy.
Like that, there was a purge on the Snow Island. But this time, it was the supporters of Turkey doing the killing. This is just an absolute slaughter fest.
Oh my god. It's time to run, man. It's time to run if you can.
After a while, the Allies had completely taken over the Iron Torch, and all the Aculon forces had either been killed or had fled the island and gone into hiding. And with that, the Alliance of Democratic Nations had defeated the Aculon Empire.
Yeah, so most of the leaders were there, too.
It was only when the war ended
to make them
and the clouds parted that the Allies were finally able to reflect on what they had done. They had succeeded. But they had also shown no mercy. When their enemy surrendered, they continued to be ruthless and thirsty for blood. It was as if they had become their enemy. As the Allies each safely returned to their homes, now with a clear mind, many of them felt regret. Neither side was completely innocent, and the war was complicated. But at least it was over.
Pouring out for everybody who died in this conflict. What a way to showcase. I think it probably would have been so boring to kind of watch compared to, you know, other action games out there, but to just kind of see that entire Battle of Akulon in real time would have been something, because you lost some big people too, like Zamta died, obviously Elanullo died, probably some other big people that obviously weren't highlighted in this video, but were in the battle that died. And that Iron Torch was crazy, man. That Iron Torch was crazy.
And the Allies had won.
Oh, like 200 more people died. So when they say days later, how
Over the
long?
next few days, the people of Plains, Theria, Seth, and a few smaller nations created a world alliance with a massive parliament building on the center island, where world leaders met to discuss the affairs of their nations, and most importantly, to keep the peace. And the first order of business was pardoning the few living players who fought for Akulon, so they didn't have to live in hiding. Meanwhile, the snow refugees were able to move back to the snow island and create the new Akulon Republic, putting democracy in snow. They also tore down the remains of the Iron Torch and put in its place a graveyard honoring all who died in the Battle of Akulon. And
Wait, no. The shrimp guy died? Oh no, what about his friend? Oh no. Oh no. And even Saul Goodman died.
Graveyard was the man, or Turkey, who inspired them all.
Wow. Look at you, Turkey, immortalized.
And so, the jungle went back to hosting comedy shows, the desert went back to pursuing the arts, and Drip Chicken went back to running Los Pollos Hermanos. After all that happened,
you gotta put one right next to the Parliament building.
Things were finally settling down. For many players, the newfound peace allowed for new stories to begin. But for us, it's a good place to end.
Wow. That was a very good video. Impressive, the right music at the right time, the editing. Oh my god, I can only imagine how long it took Ish to edit this. That was awesome. That was awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that was awesome. Jesus, I watched that. This Keybrook recommending me that iceberg, huh? That was amazing. I would love to see more. If you guys have any more Minecraft videos you think I should watch, let me know. I'm gonna watch, like some people say, oh, I survived, or I did this. I want to see those, because that's amazing, man. The tavern story. Okay, I'm interested. But that's amazing. Shout out to Drip Chicken, pouring out for a freaking Turkey, pouring out for Zamta, pouring out for, was it his name wasn't Darius, but I can't remember his name. The guy who started the attack on Stormingfell. That was amazing, you know? Shout out to everybody who participated in that. Even though, man, I must suck to die on the first day, because, you know, you missed a lot of good stuff. But, oh, man, that was awesome. Let me know if you got more. If you guys want me to react to anything else, let me know. I'm going to try and take care of those ad break things so they don't pop up in the video. Bakugo video is in full effect. I'm on the notes tab, but I think right now I'm on like think like 8,000 words in that script, and I'm nowhere near done. So I still got a lot more to go. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you got anything else you want me to react to. I'm basically up to reacting up to almost anything. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon.